Take you where you've never been before. Oh yeah. Give me one, two, three. Slide. Oh.
This is my part right here.
Yeah, baby.
That was my part. 404-892-2703 is the number. The name of the show is The Movement. In the studio with me, Ms. Camera L. Dicus,
Yes.
who wrote the book, Who is the Black Queen Calafia of Golden, California? The real Wonder Woman. So you asked the question and then answer it on the cover of the book.
Yes.
I ain't mad at you.
Got people to think, and then I gave the answer, the real Wonder Woman, and they could, look in and see how I, break it down in the book. But anybody who's familiar with that knows once they read, the definition of California. So it's a no-brainer, but it's disclosed in there.
Because the whole Khalifa, I got a young man that I know, his name is Khalif.
Yes.
And I used to always call him Khalifa because it means ruler or leader.
Yes, it means male leader.
Right.
In Arabic.
In Arabic, right.
I put that in the book too.
Yeah,
I read that.
Oh, yeah.
I read it. I read it. I don't act like it, but I do.
But you had some deliverables, some takeaways that you wanted to share with us before we.
Yes. I think I wanna start with W.B. Du Bois because the librarians at Library of Congress thought that this was poignant, and she told me to read this chapter, and so I pulled this out amongst some other ones that I have in the book. But he said, wherever a black head rises to historic view, it is promptly slain by an adjective, shrewd, notorious, cunning, or pillared by a sneer, or put out of view by some quite unproven charge of bad moral character. In other words, every effort has been made to treat the Negro's part in Reconstruction with silence and contempt. And so California is, the name and the meaning belongs to black people. It is historic, precisely what he said. And it's the biggest, Reconstruction subtraction that's been, out of that formula. Yeah. And so that's why I have a call to action. This is how it turns, equates to Tuskegee. And this is another mind-blowing. I'm like, oh wow, did you know the state seal of California was designed by the Confederate Virginia general who murdered Chief Tuskegee's Seminole Indians and blacks in the Seminole War and Mexicans in the Mexican-American War. And he also was raised on a plantation, so,
dirty racist dog.
There we go.
Double A double. Okay. Okay.
And so he said, hey, we're not gonna, it's what's more appropriate has been the term I have
like using
used.
disparaging terms to refer to people who hate me. You know what I'm saying? We get charged with saying bad things. I get charged of saying bad things about folks. But y'all act like white folks don't talk about us like we dogs. Like we're less than dogs. We got it on record.
Yep, we have it on record.
And I say it all the time, we ain't never done nothing to them. All we're attempting to do is get at truth because we're people of truth.
Yes.
And we need that to feed us. And they know that the last thing they want us to do is become well nourished on real word.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and when you read the documents and stuff, it's in there. So that's why I wanted this call to action for, I said, hey, since Georgia was the last to leave the Confederacy, maybe they can be the first to help motivate, California, and the petition is online, and they can get their Confederate seal.
How can people get to the petition, to sign the petition?
Oh, CaliIsMe.com and CaliforniaGreatSeal.com. Those are my two sites now that I own. Cali, the two I's are in there, for the I in the African Neat Goddess and the I in the Black Queen Calafia of California. That's missing from California's imagery and their symbolism. So it's CaliIsMe, CaliIsme.com. And you can go there, sign the petition. Really, the power's in the hands of the California legislators, and they should be doing something to fix this for us.
I think this is a good time, though, because Gavin Newsom, it seems to be a real pliable and sensible governor.
Yes.
And I think what needs to happen is you need to get an audience with him. And I bet you he would listen.
Yes. I'm so hoping so that, and we need to sign the petition, and it's directed to Congressional Black Caucus, but I can get his email on there as well. We just start directing the letters to him and start a campaign.
What's the information again?
CaliIsMe.com, CaliIsme.com. It's short for California is Me. California is Me is on all social media, and anytime you see Queen Calafia, I now have a established Facebook, Queen Calafia, and CaliforniaGreatSeal.com. So those are, and for the media advisory, it's on CaliforniaGreatSeal.com, so people can, read about what started at Thomas Jefferson School of Law too, when we started to galvanize the law school and working full time is tough. I need help. So a song would be great from all these rappers out here.
Well, look, you going down to homecoming?
Yes.
All right, I see you down there.
All right, I'll be there at 1 o'clock, everybody.
I'll be there too.
I mean, 12.
I ain't, but
sorry.
you signing books, I ain't signing no books. I'm gonna be drinking and stanking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, put your hands together for my dear sister, Ms. Tamara L. Dicus.
Thank you guys for the support. And thank
of
you
course,
so
you'll
much.
come back and let us know the updates when we get some traction, right?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
We're going to keep it moving.
Very well. 404-892-2703 is the number. Iman, come on in. Are you back? Are you ready to have? Yeah, you want to have a conversation now, Disha?
Yes, I do.
Well, come on in.